Listen, this is Jenesaisquoi podcast, and we are here today. Me, Brian Williams, in the middle, Adolfo. On my end over there, Mr. I am Leo. And we're back, man. I know we've been gone from our followers.
Cool minute.
You know, a little minute hiatus. You know, we all took a little hiatus from, doing a podcast, and we have our individual reasons. It's like life, things happen. But we do want to tell you that we do appreciate all of our followers, our subscribers, for the ones that's been asking where the next episode is coming out. That's proud of our podcast, that gives us love, that shows us love.
Absolutely.
We greatly appreciate it, man.
Brian, where you been? What you been doing though?
Shit.
And tell it all. Don't leave nothing out.
You know what, man? I've been training in businesses.
Wait, you been training in businesses or you been training and businesses? You gotta clarify that. But
you gotta sum that up.
Training in businesses.
Training in businesses. What does that mean?
Exactly.
Take a drink.
I'm gonna take it too. You not gonna join?
No, I'm also right now.
Nah, man, just life. All of us. We all try to get together, and sometimes our schedules conflict.
When you got busy lifestyles, man.
Yeah, even on the weekends, I rent out jet skis now. So
yeah, you got how many? 3
jet skis. ppfjetskis.com.
Go ahead and throw that out there.
If you are in Long Beach, ppfjetskis.com. If you would love to rent out a jet ski for your spouse, for yourself, or for your loved ones, or whoever, just have fun. Yes.
PPF. Jetskis.com.
Just really just establishing the fitness shit a little bit more, and then start doing jet skis on the weekend. So it's really taking up a lot of time. So I'm learning how to find that balance. Because sometimes I can't. It's hard to sit still. I was gonna say it's hard to sit down.
I was about to say, go ahead and say it. I was waiting for you to go. So go ahead and say it.
It's hard to sit down.
Right.
Yeah, man. Just life. Just life. What about yourself? What about y'all? What about you?
What about you? You spacing out over there? What's up? Where you at?
Where you been at, Delfo?
Shit. That weekend we were supposed to do that episode. I fractured. What? Am I running closer?
Yeah, he don't like speaking to the mic.
I fractured my femur. That Monday before we were gonna have it was Saturday, right? We were gonna have it Saturday.
Yeah.
I fractured it on. I fractured it on Monday doing jiu-jitsu, and then I had surgery Wednesday. Wednesday night.
Jiu-jitsu.
They let me go Thursday. Rested for a bit for a couple of days, and then went back to work.
How hard was it to just not do nothing?
I mean, fortunately, I didn't have to get put out that long. I mean, I was worried that, that they were gonna tell me that I needed to stay in bed 8 weeks and all that shit, and I'm just like, ah. But then they're like, well, you already have a rod in your femur that from when I got paralyzed, so they're like, all we're gonna do is just reinforce it. So the reason it broke wasn't necessarily because of the jiu-jitsu. It was just the fact that when they put the rod initially in my femur, they only put one screw by the knee.
Yeah.
They didn't put one up top. But they didn't put one by the hip. So it was just unstable the whole time. And my surgeon was like, yeah, I mean, you got away with it, but eventually it would have gave in because of that instability. So all they did was pretty much, he said it was a minor surgery, opened it up, added 3 screws in the bottom, 3 screws up top, and then he was like, yeah, you should be in 3-4 months, you should be good to go. And, now your bone should be kind of reinforced and it should prevent future fractures. Because at first I thought it was, because we're prone to losing bone density because we're in chairs. Mm-hmm. So, but
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we're pretty active. So, I think us 3 don't really have to worry about that. Mm-hmm. From what the surgeon said when he went in. He said my bones, felt pretty strong. So he said I should be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I've been out.
But how did you get into jiu-jitsu? Like, expound on jiu-jitsu. How does it work for you?
I don't know,
Because when I think of jiu-jitsu, I think of
a lot of it just came from just
because it's groundwork, right?
Yeah, a lot of it just like from a self-defense. Like I wanted to learn something new.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what, that I've worked in that gym, that facility I've been in for almost 8 years.
Yeah.
And for a long time, I would just I was always intrigued. I would always watch the class. I would always just observe, but it never kind of dawned on me to like give it a shot until like the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And at first it was like, I want to kind of see how it would feel. And, if it's something that I can do to just expand, again, I've been bodybuilding for so long. I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu was something different. I didn't know anything about it. And I just decided to take a couple private lessons. And then eventually I just kind of got addicted to it.
You feel like you can get with a motherfucker, get on that flow?
Oh, bro.
Hey, he got excited.
He's so excited he got just now.
hey, like honestly, like
you hit that flow.
Like, especially being in a chair, I mean, we really ain't gonna swing. Like, the best thing is just like
the floor,
like grappling. But anyway, like, yeah, it really helps your confidence. Like, I remember, like one time my car alarm went off, because my car has been broken into like twice already.
Yeah.
And I remember I was going down the elevator and I heard my car alarm go off, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, I think somebody, just from previous, I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, let's test this shit out. And then, but come to find out, like, I accidentally pressed the panic button. but in my mind, as I was,
I'm gonna go ahead and get with it. Let's get with
but
it.
But in my mind, as I was going down, I was like, oh, I'm gonna catch somebody. I said, I'm gonna test this shit out. See if this shit works.
See if this practice really been going the way it's supposed to be going.
That was funny.
No, and then it's been fun. It was something new, and I just kind of started like feeling a certain way about it.
Yeah.
And, the way I felt about it's like kind of like how I felt when I first started bodybuilding.
Yeah. Give you that itch, that touch, something.
I don't know.
That keeps you going.
Yeah. So
I remember when I seen you first, when you started doing it, I reached out to you.
Yeah.
I want to get into it. Like,
there's a lot
I've talked about it a while back.
There's a lot of schools out here in Torrance, or Lomita, Torrance.
Because it's all ground. It's majority groundwork. We hit the ground.
Yeah.
Learn no fucking arm bar and lock a motherfucker out.
It's fun. Like, when you really think about it, like, if you were to, like, catch a motherfucker on the streets that didn't know, like, just didn't know shit.
Of course.
Like, bro,
I'm a big fan of really staying dangerous.
Yeah.
To really, you never know what could happen. Like, you have to be somewhat dangerous, but understand how to control that too as well.
Right.
And nobody gives a fuck that we're in chairs.
Of course.
Like, they're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna leave him alone because he's in a chair. Nah, man, we'll still fuck.
Of course.
So.
Oh, you think you're gonna get back into it as soon as you heal up?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Once my doctor says good, I'm gonna get back on the mat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck it. And if it breaks again, it breaks again.
Hey, I'll be coming to your class.
Shit.
We'll be in it together. Lee, where you been, Lee? Where you been at?
I'm still stuck on the bone density thing. Sorry, because I'm like, wait, I knew it went over, but I'm like, we gonna lose.
That's why that's why in rehab they tell us, to invest in like standing frames and stuff, so we get weight bearing.
I didn't stay in rehab long enough for them to tell me that.
They didn't even tell you about a.
I was in rehab for a week.
Did they tell you about a standing frame?
Yeah, anything you don't use, you lose. We ain't using our legs, so them bitches gonna. Anything
using
you
them dicks though.
Don't tell nobody else.
Oh yeah.
No, but we're pretty active. So
I thought you were shaking my hand.
But we're pretty active. We lift weights, so a lot of the stuff, like when you get on the floor to transfer, a lot of that helps.
Yeah.
So most likely, if you were to get like a bone density test or scan, like you'd be fine.
Yeah,
like,
especially when leg spasms and
yeah.
I get on the floor in the middle of a workout session.
Yeah.
So are you okay? Or are you good? Are you? Yeah, I'm
Right.
fine. I just need to stretch out. Walk in Leo on the ground. They be like, oh, what happened? I said, she pushed him out the chair. She pushed him.
Yeah, but for those of you that are listening that are in chairs, like, you know, just like pressing down on your knees, or like just you don't have to have a standing frame. You could just kind of press your foot on the floor and just push down on your knees, or get on the floor and kind of get on, if you can, get on all fours, like the weight bear from your knees,
Yeah.
you know, like will help with the weight bearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, I do that already. When
yeah,
I'm
so
doing
that'll
doggy
help with weight bear if you don't have a standing frame to use.
Gotcha.
You know, just getting
Real quick, this is off the subject. But do you do doggy style?
I throw that little leg up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I know how I get in it, but how do you? This is so off the subject, but how do you get in? Prepare yourself to get into that position.
Now, when you say doggy style, you're talking about hitting it from the back, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Not you on your hands. I'm talking about you on your knees and cheek.
yeah. No, I'll pull up on the bed, on the headboard. So I'll pull myself up on the headboard, and then I say, "Listen, come on up in front of me now. You get on, yeah." Or if in the floor, the middle of the bed, wherever the case we may be, you get in a position. I'm gonna just roll over on you. Just roll to the side. And I'm just
So when you roll over, do y'all both get up at the same time?
no.
Or just-
She gotta already be tooted up, and I'm gonna just flip my whole little body over.
And you just gonna throw the leg over?
throw them legs, keep pushing back.
Oh, okay.
But it's easy when you pull up on the bed rail because you got something to pull up on. Pull up on the bed rail, pull your body up.
That's if you got a strong bed, bro. I can't do that on mine. That motherfucker come this way.
Hey, it's
Yeah. It was random, but
there was random. No, fuck it. You already talked about it.
All right.
It's guys in wheelchairs. I got a few buddies. One particular guy, he reaches out to me on a regular and asks me, he's new to the chair. Like, hey, like, how do you have sex? Like, I'm really having a difficult time with that, of learning positions and putting her in positions and putting my body in positions. Like, he was really like, he wrote me a long message. Like,
Yeah.
what do you recommend? Like, can you give me some notes? And I was taken back, like,
what did I do? Right?
like what can I say to him? That you gotta practice. Like,
but also depends on his level of injury.
True.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
not, you know, just
true. And I think he's from the weight. He's waist down too. But I gave him a long description. Look, bro, you gotta practice what you do. You want to hit it from the back, but you don't really want to do. Feel like you got to pull up on something. Sit on the edge of the couch, go on all fours, throw your leg up. You're gonna go a little deeper because you get that little thrust, or put it on top of you. Like, I would just start naming positions. And
Wait a
shit.
minute.
Yeah, you know,
Wait a minute.
it's just
Wait. When you say throw the leg up, what do you mean by throw the leg up?
listen. Say I'm at the edge of the couch, right?
Like, okay,
Or
we at the edge right
edge
here.
of my chair,
Okay.
and I want to hit it from the back. I tell my girl, get on all fours. I'm gonna come right to the edge, and you know, that monster gonna be out there. And all you gotta do is come on back into it. Once you come back into it, it's up in you. Then I can grab your little waist and
But the leg? You said the leg.
then go a little deeper. I'm gonna grab my leg and hold the side of the couch and move it over. Like, maybe hold it up. It might get a little extra,
Like this?
inch and a half up in that motherfucker.
So you hold it up like this?
Yeah, like to the side. Like, hold it up like this. Cause I can.
Your leg.
Yeah, my leg.
You're holding it up to the side.
Yeah, I hold that bitch up. Yeah, I hold it. I grab it and I'm already in it, but I'm holding that bitch up
So you're not.
I'm holding-
it's not
I'm-
like this. It's out like your leg is like this.
to the side. Yes, it's like up. I'm holding that motherfucker.
Okay.
You can get in a little deeper.
I'm trying to envision it. That's why I'm like, okay, edge of the bed here, hold the leg
Yeah,
here.
like, but you got to be on the edge of that couch or the chair.
got a pen. Anybody got a pen and papers?
You know.
No. I'm doing it
on
right
up,
now. I'm like
because it's
holding
like-
my leg like. Boom,
Nah, it's
boom.
like when you
holding it like this. Like,
when she on all fours and she back up in you and you up in her. You know, you not really thrusting. You really pulling her to
you
you.
just going like this.
Yeah, you
just like
pulling her
this
to you
motion.
more than anything, and
Oh,
then you
okay.
trying to do a little thrust. You doing a little bit. You doing a little bit, but then it's just you want to go a little deeper. I don't know. Throwing that leg up just make my shit go out a little bit more.
I'm trying to envision you throwing your leg up.
Yeah, like when I hold it to the side, like,
'Cause you know,
it's basically just move that bitch out the way,
I hear you.
scoot that bitch over. Because what I'm
But
saying,
about your balance though.
but it can spasm. Like, your legs can spasm and want to close up. And when it close up, You want to close up on your shit, so I got to open them bitches back up.
No, anywhere where your legs is just, I feel uncomfortable doing all that shit.
Listen,
where you're grabbing your leg like.
Nah,
and you could feel like, nigga, this is.
I mean, cause I've done it with my leg, this leg on top, on their back like this.
No, that's how I do it.
That's why I'm like, you had this motherfucker like this.
Yeah, no, I crisscross applesauce.
Oh, okay.
And then I
That's
flip.
different then.
And then I flip on her back.
Missionary, as hard as it is, your abs burning. You're like, hold on.
Man, I
Man,
don't
holding
give a fuck
yourself
about
up in
them
that position, man,
I'm
that's
fucking some shit up like that, boy. I'll tell you that. But I'm gonna try that shit. He said, boom.
bro. It's,
Okay,
You ever one of my favorites.
try it. I'm gonna try this shit.
I like getting on the ground. I like getting on the ground and then
I can't do the girl.
hold on. Because I got more stability down there. And then I put her on top of me. You know, she riding me, and then I grab her.
Wait, just like a hard floor?
Yeah, I get on the hard floor. And I pull her legs back, but I got her by the cheeks, and I'm just. And then I take her little left leg, throw it over my head, and now she's sideways, and I open the booty cheek, and that's one of my favorite positions.
That's pretty graphic.
With that arch in her back. I'm sorry,
You should tell stories. Put the leg on it, and then I grab it, I spread the booty cheek, and I lift my
Look, bro.
thumb, and I stick my thumb in the butt, and I didn't.
Listen, any dude in a wheelchair, I was the same way. The confidence was shot and short and low. You didn't know how to do nothing. It's like even walking again. You have to practice to understand what you can and what you cannot do. Simple. We might not be able to do 15 positions, 25 positions, but you can at least do 8.
What's the best one? What's the best one?
The best one?
Or the one that you know you about to kill some shit in?
Ooh.
I'm gonna come to you.
Probably that one. Probably that one to the side. When she on top of me at first. And then I'm sitting up, and then I'm up underneath both her legs with her booty cheeks. And them legs up on my shoulder. And I flipped it, and now she's sideways. Because you can hold that ass cheek up, and you see that dick up in that porcelain. And you can just got the bottom of her waist and the top of her waist, and you just going with that bitch.
You got it with the left hand?
Yeah, that left hand up underneath. You know that little waist? You got up underneath that motherfucker. You got to get up underneath that bitch. Yeah.
So when you hear
And my leg way over there.
this one.
This one way over there, and that one way over there.
Oh, so you pretzel.
Remind you.
You pretzel.
When I'm open, I'm deeper.
Yeah, you pretzel.
Yeah,
And then y'all basically like this.
Wait, like crisscross.
exactly.
That's pretzel.
Exactly.
Like applesauce?
That's murder.
Exactly.
That's murder.
Exactly.
That's murder.
And deep in that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's murder.
Ooh,
That's 187.
Ooh, fellas.
Yeah.
Wheelchair guys. Go ahead and practice, bro.
What's yours?
I got 3. She's on top, the side, and then missionary.
What's your like top one?
I like the side. You know, like, so it's not doggy style, but you get on the side, and so it's like a T.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
like a T.
Yeah.
So she'll be on that side, and then I kind of gotta scoot
Yeah,
to this
sure.
side, and then just kind of just fucking
This one
Hold
the
on,
side
what-
up.
yeah, just fucking jackrabbit that motherfucker.
That's fucking
Hello,
hilarious.
What you say?
I said jackrabbit that motherfucker.
I'm trying to picture it too. Like he just like
Jackrabbit.
He gonna get the shit.
And the Delpho guy, he got all his abs, so he got that.
I know, so you got that
real
thrust.
thrust.
The
He got that
missionary
real.
is hard though, because like after like 4 or 5 minutes, like your abs start to burn.
I
Because
wouldn't know about that.
I wouldn't either.
because that's all you have, and then you like I had to pause. I'm like, wait, hold up, like because it's like kind of doing crunches.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh shit.
Wait, so that's an ab workout.
It is.
It is an ab workout.
is.
Hey, that's a fucking. I probably burn like 600 calories doing
Like,
that
because
shit.
you can still like
When I'm
you
fucking,
get
I'm
on
burning
top,
like
you can
600
still grab-
calories.
You can still grab the leg and put it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And then like if you have a headboard, you just kind of
Yes,
but
Lord.
it's
You
still burns,
motherfuckers in these head.
Hey,
My
hey.
headboard cannot do that.
Hey.
but it still burns your abs.
I need a new bed. I need a new bed.
Hey, how many calories y'all think y'all burn when y'all be?
Fucking.
Yeah. Do
1,200.
y'all really be putting that work and sweating
1,200.
and shit? Or
1,200.
1,200
I had my Apple Watch on and I wanted to see because I was sweating so much one day.
active calories.
Man.
So can
I
we
was-
count? No, when we start prepping for a show, can we count that?
I guess. I mean, if you wear
A heart monitor?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
I don't need to go do no cardio 24.
Hey.
I mean, it's still energy.
don't do that bitch,
It's still energy expended.
Ooh, don't tell me that, boy. That's
Bruh.
easy right there.
Still energy expended.
Go
So
on and then pump it up, then you're good to go. You know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's crazy how technology, man. Like, there's a lot of different types of technology out there. That
I'd just buy a dildo and kill some shit.
you say about you about dildo kill some shit.
I would get 3 different
Put a strap
sizes.
on. A strap on.
I would.
Yeah,
Bro, like
you put a strap on and fuck a female.
I would
if you had to.
I did it before.
Before your injury or after your injury?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did that do for you?
What it do for them?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't about me.
Yeah.
It did something for them.
Yeah.
I didn't care as long as they was cool with
Yeah,
it.
as long as they was happy.
Because I was fucking so much to the point where my dick hurt. And I'm like, man, like,
So you like, fuck this. I'm gonna go ahead and get something. I ain't got to do that whip. Strap that bitch on and put it up in there.
what? Yeah, man. And then I used it after my injury because I'm like, man, like, it'd be like sometime. So I'm like,
Yeah.
sometime. I told her, I'm like, man, I want to try something. She was like, what? I want to fuck you with a dildo. And she was with it. I'm thinking she gonna be like, what? But she was with it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. And I fucked the shit out of her with that thing. And I went to go buy 2 different more sizes so she can have the best of. You want a long, you want a short, you want a width. What? We gotta strap this motherfucker on. Let's go.
Even when your shit was working,
Even when my shit was
still
working,
wanted to put on a
I'm
strap.
gonna tell you
on.
why. Because I did some freaky shit. I had put the strap on. And I had one in one hole and one in the other hole.
Yeah.
And that's how I was just fucking it like that. Like, what? Come on. Because my shit wasn't going to stay hard long enough to do. So I'm just like, somebody going to get it.
Yeah.
So one hole.
What would y'all say to a new person in a wheelchair a young male that's new to the wheelchair, 5 months, 4 months, a year, and he's uncomfortable with himself on trying to get out there in the real world, to meet women, to date again because of the sexuality, or he might feel as if he's not compatible for that anymore. What would you say to him to kind of just give him a little boost to keep going?
Be like Nike and just do it.
Yeah. What does that mean? Elaborate.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You don't know what you got a new, you're recreated now.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out what you like now. Because what you liked before might not be the same likes.
Thing.
So,
Sure.
And same thing with like dating or sex or working out or eating. My eating, I eat different because I got lean.
Yeah.
If I don't lean, I'm doing this eating.
Huh?
I'm shaking. I ain't got no balance.
Oh.
You thought I was twerking, motherfucker?
Yeah, I didn't know what to
But no, I'm telling like just do it. Like dating them. Dating for me, when I first got home, I was like, all right. Mind you, I left my rehab facility and went to the movies.
Yeah.
So that was my first like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go to the movies. I don't give a fuck who stare at me. And I was still in rehab. And I got in trouble for it because I went to the movies. It was right across the street. Just do it. And people was looking at me like, and that was new. But I'm like, I have to get over that. And I got over that early.
Yeah.
So if you do it early and you'll figure out how to, you know what I'm saying, that way you get more comfortable with it.
Absolutely.
It's like learning new things. Once you learn it, you get more comfortable with it and then you get good at it.
Absolutely.
But you ain't gonna know that unless you do it.
Unless you try it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know I was good at massage therapy until I just did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with training. We didn't know until we just did it.
Yeah.
So just do it. That's what I would say. I know that's a lot, but that's what I would say.
What would you say to a new cat, Duffo?
I mean, it's just, even regardless, you're just putting yourself out there, right?
Yeah.
Just going out. Like, I mean, after I got hurt, I still like kind of when I started, just feeling sort of confident again. I just started going out to the clubs, the bars. I got injured when I was like 22 years old.
Yeah.
So that's what you do when you're 22. You go out to the clubs, the bars, and I still did that. And honestly, it was, I mean, I really didn't have any issues. Like it's just, I thought I would, but then, like, you know how it is. When you go to the club, it's just
What you mean you didn't have any issues?
Like you think you would, like, people wouldn't fuck with you because you're in the chair.
I get what you got.
But honestly, I didn't have that issue. Like, I dated a lot of women when, I first got hurt. It was like, honestly,
You got right back into the dating scene, like, immediately, right afterwards?
Well, when I got hurt, I was, like, dating somebody at that time. So, I was like experimenting with her. But then when we broke up, then that's when I got to just really explore like my sexuality.
Right.
Like really like figure out like
Wait.
what I like.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What
You say figure out your sexuality. I'm like, nigga, you was talking to niggas?
Nah, man.
That's why I said never mind.
Oh, why is that?
No,
was in
it
that
came
context?
off as
Okay.
that's why I'm like, not that anything's wrong with that, but it just came off like you was trying guys.
Said, nah, I like vagina.
No, I'm just saying.
It's called
Yeah, but I
forcing.
was exploring,
Right.
like what I like, what felt good, and honestly, I tell people I probably had the best sexual experiences
Afterwards.
afterward. But again, I got hurt when I was like 22, so I really didn't have anything to compare it to. I mean, what, 18, 19, 20, like shit. Like I didn't, like now that I think of it as being 39, I said, shit, man, most of my whole 20s I was in a chair. So I got to experience all that being in a chair.
Right.
Listen, I would tell
nasty as fuck.
I would tell any young person in a wheelchair. Listen, in order for one, don't beat yourself up for what has happened to you. Things happen, life happens. We go through things. Shit has changed. But fella, get out there and try things. Figure out what kind of what Leo was saying. Figure out what you like versus what you don't like. If you don't know what Adelpho was saying, if you never tried it, you won't know. You just gotta try it.
And
put yourself out there.
Make it fun. Like, you're in a chair, so you can play that harmless role, and just like kind of roll around, and like
Harmless role.
Yeah.
What role is that?
Like sometimes if somebody will ask you, like, hey, you need help putting your chair together, and like you could do it yourself, like.
Yeah.
But then you're like, yeah, sure, and then you start a conversation.
I got a
Go from
question.
there.
I got a question real quick. So when you're at a club, right, and a random chick comes sits in your lap, is that irritating to you, or is it cool?
I mean, when I first got injured, I mean, it was cool because I felt like, oh, somebody still wants me. Like
It boosts your confidence a little bit.
it boosts your confidence because you're thinking when you first get hurt, you pretty much you don't feel like a man. You feel like you lost your manhood. You can't do shit anymore. You're not gonna have kids. You're not gonna do this. Like a lot of these negative feelings like come into play when you first get hurt, and then so like Brian said, it's a boost of confidence when you go out and women will sit on your lap, give you lap dances and stuff and all that. I mean, I don't know what their intentions are, but for me at that moment, I was like, oh, okay, I still can be sexual.
course.
I still can, I still can get down like it, and and it makes you feel good. And then, through the years, it's like, okay, like it's happened so much. You're like, okay, like.
So you thought they was trying to, talk to you? You
depends.
didn't think that their feet hurt, so they just was like, let me see my feet hurt.
No.
Because that happened to me. Like I know your feet hurt, but go ahead.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to talk to me. I know your feet hurt. Go ahead, it's cool. That's why I was like-
Women have a essence about them and a strength. Without women, we ain't shit. That's just reality. Without women, us men are nothing. And I'll be the first to say that. Without a phenomenal woman, I'm not gonna say y'all. Without a great woman, we ain't really nothing. But because she helped boost your confidence.
Yeah.
I can say the same thing about mine. Like I was talking to my lady earlier, about certain things having, a certain female or my boy just kind of like, bro, like you're still that, you're still able. You still can go out and do things. You still can be yourself. You're just pushing around in style. You make it look good. But I didn't comprehend that at times until I really had to get right with myself internally.
How long you think it took you?
4 years.
4 years.
It took me 2 years to get back on the horse, but it took me 4 years to accept it. Acceptance, how long would it take you to accept it? It took me 4 years to accept it. When I accepted, that's when things
I think
went well for me.
I think about the same range as you. Like it. The first year, it was a lot of rebellion within myself. A lot of rebelliousness, and like fuck this. I'm not gonna be in a chair. I'm gonna do whatever I can to walk, and I was crawling, swimming, doing whatever I can, and I just realized I was like,
Adelpho swim like a fish, boy.
Yeah.
That
I
motherfucker
saw.
can swim.
And then I was just like, you come to find out, it's like, man, like I'm putting all this effort in trying to walk and doing all these things, spending money on all these stupid ass like,
Man,
you know, these project walk. You know, have you heard of these like these places, these facilities that you know like that
I didn't do none of that.
that tell you that we can make you walk again and all this shit.
I didn't do none of
You know, and you know, for a year straight, that was my goal. That was just my focus to try to walk again. And you know what? I forgot about everything else. I forgot like, hey, like I should go back to school. I should get into this. I should do that. I should live my life. And I forgot about all that because I was too busy focused on trying to walk and being a dick to everybody and because I wanted to walk. So
that's what you were used to.
Yeah,
for 21 years.
For the first year, it was that, and then eventually I came to about, you know, by the second, I started easing up, and third, and then I think I came at peace with everything by like my fourth, fifth year. Yeah, I was at total peace with my situation, whether I walked again or not. It was all good. Yeah, you know, because it is what it is, and this is the cards that I'm given, and this is what I'm gonna play.
Yeah, and I think acceptance in life in general, accepting the things that you can't control and dealing with the things you can control will make life 10 times easier. Yep, like we can't control being paralyzed. We can't control not being able to walk, but we control how we deal with it mentally.
Yep.
Versus focusing on what you were saying the first year. The first year I was buying pills and trying this and trying that and hoping and praying and that this to happen, that can happen.
I bought these stem cell pills that some dude sold to me.
Yeah.
It was literally a bottle. It said stem cells, and I bought that shit for like $70.
Yeah. Damn.
And I was popping that shit, and I was like, I would go to sleep. I was like, okay, is it tomorrow I'm gonna wake up and walk? And then I was like, oh shit, no. And then so I kept popping the pills, and I'm like, okay,
sure.
Is it now? Is it tomorrow that I'm gonna walk? And I'm just, man, like people are ruthless, man. They'll fucking get you, man. If you like in your vulnerable, God, dude, like I've experienced a handful where people would like, man, like sell you a fucking dream that you're gonna walk again if you do this, if you do that, or they'll say, hey, I got a buddy who was paralyzed and he did this, he drank that, and you would do it, and then you know it's like you get excited and hyped about it, and then you're like, shit, I'm not walking. Like you know, a lot of disappointment.
What made you accept it?
Man, you know, I think fortunately for me, a lot of it had to do with my upbringing, just from growing up, that just, you know, that mindset eventually kicked in. Yeah. You know, and I had a pretty good support system with my family and friends that, you know, showed me that, you know, like you can still live life, you know, and
you think the support system is big
for sure. Yeah, it definitely is a big factor, and a lot of it too is, I think a lot of it was pride as well in myself. Like I didn't want to feel like a burden to anybody, especially my parents. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna scratch all this nonsense and live life, because I want to show people that I care about that they don't have to worry about me, because I'm capable and I could take care of myself. Yeah. And you know, once I started doing that, like people didn't really see the chair anymore. They just saw Adelpho. They just saw like, oh, he works, he does this, he lives on his own, he takes care of himself, and all this, and it made me feel good knowing that, oh, okay, like nobody feels sorry for me anymore. I don't feel like a burden to anybody, and that really made me feel good. And I was like, oh, okay, I could do this. You know, like I could do this wheelchair thing. You know?
Right.
That's right.
You know, it's what I tell people is that you literally have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Like it is like you really you get used, you just become, again, like I tell people, like, honest truth, being in a chair is not comfortable. Yeah. Like always spasming, always like your back hurts here and there, like always having to like worry if you're gonna piss yourself or this, like on a daily basis. It's not comfortable being in a chair, just because you're always have to be on a lookout for everything. You know, like, oh, I gotta keep my core tight so I don't fall back on my chair. You know, I gotta make sure I have to be always in tune with my body, so I know if I have to use a restroom, or else if I don't, then I'm gonna have an accident. You know, these are always things you're always continuously like like on alert for.